guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be planning the week of June 6th to the 12th, and this is like the first half of my vacation. So I did leave on Wednesday the 8th, and then I came back on Wednesday the 15th. Although, like, I didn't come back, on Wednesday when I came back, it was early in the morning, so I wouldn't count that as a full day, but anyway. So for this spread, I used the Cyber Monday mystery kit from, I believe, 2021 is the most recent one. And yeah, I put in a lot of day extenders, and like Wednesday and Sunday I needed a bit extra, so you'll see what I did, because I totally messed up, not realizing that on Wednesday I was not expecting to mark so many things, but I ended up doing a lot of things. Anyway, so I guess... So I did speed this through, and there's just like a bunch of funny stories that I just want to talk about. So anyway, so just wanted to mention that like starting Wednesday onward, I put day extenders, not realizing I needed an extra one, so you'll see that in the day by day. And then for the sidebar, I didn't want to use the double box scene for the sidebar, or like, no, the weekend, so I ended up just making like a booklet almost. It almost seems like a passport. Kind of funny. Pretty much like a picture of the airplane, although I didn't take a private jet, but it's okay. A girl can dream. So yeah, pretty much I did that for the sidebar because I wanted to use all the full boxes since I already have so many, and this is a mystery kit, so there are a lot of full boxes. So anyway, so yeah. So then I also wanted to use the tall girl, or the tall box, on the sidebar as usual. I guess that is pretty much the gist of it. And then the Cyber Monday mystery kit did come with a, what do you call it? Once More of Love, like, deco stuff, or, like, character stickers, or munchkins. My goodness, character stickers. So there was, like, some quotes, so then I ended up putting one of the, like, little paint swatch of Bon Voyage, and then the little quote that says, "The world is a book, and those who don't travel read only one page," which I kind of find interesting. So I guess, like, some years I don't really travel, I just stay home, or, like, go within driving distance, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I guess I'll go into day by day, because there's a lot of things that I want to talk about, and I may not have enough time. So starting on, oh, actually, I forgot to mention that the foil is from ScribblePrintsCo, and then, like, the scripts, some scripts are foiled. Those are scripts that I made personally for this trip. So, and then I did put vacation, like, the countdown at the top. I didn't bother to do it last week because I didn't have hollow, or, like, this script in hollow, so I just left it as is, or, like, I just totally omitted that from last week's spread. So, yeah. Anyway, so starting on Monday, I published my weekly plan with me, so I did a lot of things that day, which honestly, I kind of forgot what I did. If I don't write it down, it literally goes away. So I try my best to write anything down, or if I can, I'll just type it on my phone, and even though I'm a pen and paper type of person, like how my brain, like, flows, I just need to write things down, because then I won't remember it. Even though I write it on my phone, or, like, type it out on my phone, I could just, like, forget about it. Like, my phone, I could just, leave it on my bed. I could ignore it all day. So, yeah. Anyway, so, oh my goodness. Like, I just totally went through a spiral. So I published my weekly plan with me. Then I packed orders, so, I believe... Or actually, no, I didn't pack orders. I think I had a USPS drop that day. Or actually, no, I did pack orders, and I dropped off packages. So if you placed anything after, like, I believe, I don't remember what time I, like, stopped where I would pack orders, because I didn't want a huge queue, but I did have a bunch of orders to pack, but they were quite simple because they were just cash envelopes, and I can just easily print and, laminate those. Very simple. So yeah, that's why my price point for the cash envelopes are very low, because it's just very simple for me to print because I cut down the paper and then I print onto the paper as opposed to using vinyl. There's like pros and cons with vinyl. Like for me, I don't like the look of like the bubble. Like obviously it's a laminate, and you're laminating on top of something that is raised up just a smidge. So yeah, pretty much. I just print it onto the paper and then they'll just laminate. And it's not as bold as opposed to vinyl sticker, but I like the look of it because it's clean and simple. Anyway, I just went a whole tangent on cash envelopes. Anyway, so then I got Payday, which was for my shop Payday. Usually I get paid on the first Monday of every month for Etsy, and then the first of the month for Shopify. So yeah, and then I got I didn't drop off packages, completely forgot. And then I marked down that I edited and uploaded videos, so I uploaded the sticker organization for next week, or the following week you're watching this. No, the next spread. My goodness. Those videos have been up, so yeah, if you guys want to check those out, it's just like my sticker organization. It's not really a talk through, it's just relaxing music, watching me put down stickers in my binder. I finally like put away all the stickers or character stickers that I have, and I prefer them in the binder, especially the compression. Like keep it. Is it? Oh my goodness, what is it called? The planner keeper. My goodness. So yeah, pretty much I keep it there, or like all my character stickers in there. I was going to use it for kits, but I just didn't. I just felt it was too hard to take in and out because the way it's open, it's from the inside where the rings are. So if you were to take a kit out, it's just a hassle. If it was like top loading, that would be a different story. So yeah. Anyway, so I like how I can zipper it up together and nothing will fall out, regardless. So yeah. Anyway. My goodness, I keep saying anyway, I apologize. So then I marked down that I wanted to finish packing. I believe I was packing like the last of my clothes because I did have one that I wore and then I had to get it washed quickly, which is my pajama pants, because I prefer, like, if I'm going out, like staying at a hotel, I would prefer long pants. Same as if I go to someone else's house, long pants. So anyway, and then for Tuesday, I marked down that it was, or I budget, because I don't remember. Oh, I made some payments for my credit card, and then I designed the A5 monthly, which is now available. I designed a kit. There are some kits that I wanted to, in the process of designing, just before the Ultimate Planner sale, but by the time you're watching this, the Ultimate Planner sale would have been over. Yes. So I apologize. I will have, my next sale would be in August. So yeah, that will be my 5-year anniversary sale. So that's exciting. And then I got a package from Amazon. I did some last minute packing, which was my chargers. Technically I packed them in the morning, but because I have my phone charger and I don't have duplicates of things. So yeah. And then I watched Roswell, which technically is like a lie because I only watched 15 minutes of it. Or not even 15 minutes. The first 5 minutes. I was just like, I don't think I want to watch it, because this is the last season, and there's a lot of CW shows that are ending this year, which I'm kind of sad, but it's okay. You know, you need some fresh start in TV shows. So anyway, so then for Wednesday, I marked down that it was travel day, or like vacation time at the time. I marked down first thing that it was Payday, and then it was travel day, so I left around, or my dad woke me up at 5:45, literally. My dad was up and at it, or technically my mom was up and at it, and then woke my dad up, then he woke me up, and then, yeah, I got ready. I didn't have to walk my dogs, because they were all, like, taken care of by my aunts. And then, yeah, we arrived at the airport at, like, 7:15, yeah, around that time, and then we didn't get to San Francisco until around 1 p.m., right? I guess so, 1 p.m., well, that is Pacific time, so, yeah, so it seems like we only traveled for 3 hours, or like my flight was at 9:30, but it seems like we traveled for 3 hours, but in reality we traveled for 6 because we're going back in time. If that makes sense. Technically, it's not going back in time, but the time difference. Anyway, so then I marked down that we're going to San Francisco, and the we're going to part is actually from Disney World, or like the scripts from ScribblePrintsCo in regards to Disney World. So I just trimmed off Disney World because I don't really mark it that way. So I just cut that off, and I wrote down San Francisco instead. And then on the plane ride over, I watched I downloaded, I like how HBO, you can download, like, movies and stuff. So I ended up just downloading the Batman, and watched that the entire flight, and my dad passed out, or, like he knocked out, like, sleeping. And it's so funny because I was sitting in the window seat, and I don't really need to use the bathroom as much, but, yeah. Anyway, I just see both my parents, literally, they're tipping their head forward, and I felt like they were gonna, like, go forward even more. So every time they would do that, I would push their heads back because they were sleeping, and they would not even realize they were going forward. Anyway, so then I marked down that was my grandma's birthday, and then after we landed, my uncle was like, oh, and I finally got to meet my uncle, or, like, not really finally, but he met me when I was, like, a baby, literally, during my other uncle's wedding. So, yeah, it's just kind of funny. So, he looks just like my dad, but he has a round belly, which is kind of funny. My dad, my uncle, the older uncle, and then, like, all 3 brothers, my dad, like, my dad's side, there's 3 brothers and 2 sisters. So all 3 of them, they all have a round belly, and it's just hilarious. Like, oh my goodness. But we took a picture side by side of my uncles and my dad, and pretty much, like, we were comparing whose belly is whose, or, like, how round it is. It's just so funny. Anyway, so then, but my uncle just asked us what we wanted to eat, if we wanted to eat, like, dim sum or anything like that, or not really dim sum, or like a Asian meal, but pretty much I was like, I want In-N-Out. So we got In-N-Out. It was quite busy during that time because it was also around lunchtime, since we landed around 1. So yeah, and I was not expecting the weather to be so breezy, so I was very happy with this weather. Although, like, the day we went to Alcatraz, it was just very hot, and oh my goodness, let's not talk about Alcatraz. Like, oh my goodness. Anyway, so, yeah, so I marked that down with a emoji. I think this is the Helen emoji, in, like, the summer dress. So, although I didn't wear a dress until the day of the wedding. So then, we checked into the hotel. Then we went to the Chase Center, which is the home of the Warriors. My brother loves the Golden State Warriors, so yeah, it was really cool to see that. But they were actually having a it was the NBA Finals, and they had a watch party during that time, so thank goodness it wasn't crazy jam-packed there. So yeah, and then we went to San Francisco's Chinatown. Wasn't crazy, like, I just feel like it, like, there's so many different, like, how in New York City there's, like, multiple Chinatowns, like, that Chinatown didn't feel, like, authentic. I don't know. It was just, like, maybe it was, like, that time of the day that was, like, ending, like, or, like, closing time. It was just, like, this is Chinatown. Like, this, like, that part of Chinatown, like, the actual San Francisco Chinatown where you have the awning and stuff, it just feels like, what do you call it? Like, those, not 99-cent stores, but, like, souvenir stores. Like, that's, like, on Canal Street, if that makes sense, here. So, it's kind of similar. So, yeah. And then, right before we went, like, took pictures, in Chinatown, there was a Starbucks right next, or on the corner, and I was like, yes! And then, I got my San Francisco cup, which I'm so excited, and apparently the owner told me that it just got delivered today, so you're very lucky to get this. So, I was very happy. And then we went to Lombard Street, which is, like, the curviest street ever. So, this was a day we drove on it. My uncle drove, obviously. And you only can go 5 miles per hour. Like, it's just, like, so curvy. Like, you have to, like, oh my goodness, maneuver it in a way. Like, anyway, so then I marked down that we have a family dinner, so with my aunt and uncle. So my other uncle didn't arrive until the next day. So now, moving on to Thursday, I marked down that I published week 21. Then my uncle actually woke up late. We were supposed to, like, we told him, be here by, like, he was being our driver, pretty much. He was like, no, you guys don't need to get Uber or anything. He is an Uber driver, so he was like, no, I'll drive you everywhere you want to go. I was like, okay, or not me, but my dad. So pretty much my uncle was supposed to pick us up at 9. Instead, he set his alarm, or, like, totally, like, slept past his alarm and didn't wake up until 9. So we had to wait for like a few minutes. But then my other uncle, was supposedly arriving around that time. We were supposed to go to Alcatraz Island, so my brother booked tickets to Alcatraz. And pretty much, yeah, it was just a time crunch. At that point, we didn't have breakfast, so we just ate a early lunch. Right? Yeah. So then we went, my aunt actually, instead, my uncle waited around to pick up my other uncle, because it was, like, close to where like, our hotel was close to the airport, so it would have been easier for him to drive there instead of back to San Francisco, like, the main part of San Francisco. So, anyway, so my aunt drove us to Fisherman's Wharf, and every time my dad says that, wharf, I'm like, how do you spell that? So, yeah. Anyway, so we walked by, like, the piers. Like, it was very similar to, well, it's kind of different. Like Chelsea piers, almost. So, it's quite interesting. Anyway, so then we went to Fisherman's Wharf. One of the piers had, before we went to Alcatraz, because we didn't know how long we were going to stay there, and obviously we didn't want to, I don't think there was food there. Yeah, there's no food served. You pretty much had to eat, like, beforehand. So then there was a, like, Louisiana, po' boy, I believe it's called. Like, we had fish and chips, fried calamari. My brother had chicken tenders. And yeah, we had that for lunch, or, like, early lunch. And then we went to Alcatraz Island. So that script, I made that. So yeah, and I didn't have, like, a icon, or I didn't want to use, like, what do you call that? No, not pin drops. Oh my goodness, geotags. I didn't want to use another geotag, so I ended up just using a star, but I should have moved it over just a smidge, but it's okay. And then when we went to, or got onto the boat to Alcatraz, like, the ferry to go to Alcatraz Island, my goodness, there are so many flies on that boat. I literally was dying in, like, pain. Like, I internally was, like, freaking out. Like, it was nonstop. Like, they were just flying all over you, and I'm like, it just gives me the cringe. Oh my goodness. So yeah, there was just so many flies. And then we took a walk around the thing, and then we took a audio tour that was part of the experience, which is kind of cool. What else? My brother went to the gift shop, and then we walked around, and there was a lot of, like, seagulls, like, nesting area, and there's just a lot of things to explore, and it was so many things to explore that my dad literally was too busy taking pictures, and he fell over. It's not something to laugh about, but now, like, my dad's okay. But at that moment, I was like, oh my god, my dad literally just fell over. Although, like, he wasn't paying attention to where he was walking, nor there was a sign saying there's a dip in the, like, pavement. So, I guess both is fault. So, yeah. Anyway, so my dad only had a scraped knee and a bruised ego. So, yeah, he's okay now. But it was quite funny. Now I'm thinking about it, but, yeah. Anyway, so after we got back to land, we took a bus ride. Or, no, we got confused. We were going to go to get a cable car, but guess we didn't get on a cable car. We ended up getting on a Muni trolley. I don't know. I'm so confused with like the metro system in San Francisco. Anyway, so pretty much we got on a bus and then we took like a loop around. And then I was like, Dad, there's a San Francisco Federal building. It was like really fancy, like almost like City Hall, I believe. I'm not too sure if that was City Hall, but yeah, it was quite fancy. And they had pride flags like lined up, like in the like, I don't know what do you call that, walkway. So yeah, I just was like, wow. There's so many pride flags. I love it. So yeah. Anyway, and then we finally, oh my goodness, and there's just like an abundance of druggies and addicts in one of the streets, and I was like, whoa, did we make a wrong turn? So it was kind of startling, but yeah, because we kind of lost our way. So then we had to backtrack and then go directly where we wanted to go, and then we met a couple that lives in San Francisco. My dad is just very talkative with other people, and yeah, it was just, they were like telling us, oh, you get off at the street where you turn, and I'm like, how do we know if we're gonna turn? Anyway, so pretty much we finally got onto the cable car. Although my uncle said you should get onto the cable car that you can hang out, but there was just too many people where we couldn't hang out from like the outside of the car, if that makes sense. So yeah, and then we walked down Lombard Street, and this time, so yesterday we walked took the car. This time, like today, we walked down. I would say it's not as thrilling as walking down. So, and then my aunt's works at a hotel, so it was like a 15-minute walk, I guess. So yeah, we pretty much just walked there to use the bathroom. And my uncle actually arrived that time, or like he was playing like ping pong with his kids, or my nephews, or no, my cousins. My goodness. So yeah. And then we had a family dinner at the end of the day. So that was Thursday, and oh my goodness, I'm already caught up to Thursday. Gosh. So then for Friday, I marked down that I did some planning time, like in the morning. And then my uncle drove us to see Twin Peaks, which like it's almost like the Hollywood, like I wouldn't know actually. But you pretty much get to see the whole city of San Francisco from that point. And then we had, I guess I had chow mein, and then my parents had, or my parents and brother had ramen, and also my uncle, actually, yeah. So everyone else had ramen except me. I wanted chow mein. And then at, like, I believe it's Takeli. Sorry. So sometimes my Chinese is not very good, when it comes to pronunciation. Anyway, so then, my uncle took us to the Golden Gate Bridge, got a lot of pictures for that. Then we went to the Sea Lion Cliff, although we didn't see any sea lions because I don't think it's that season that they'll be there. So yeah. And then we went to the Golden Gate Park. My uncle dropped us off. And then we went inside the Japanese tea garden, and I finally got soy sauce dish, because usually or like before, my mom would get it at Mitsuwa, which is in Edgewater, New Jersey. But we haven't gone there in so long, so I really wanted the soy sauce dish. And yeah, pretty much there were some cute ones there, and I was like, yes, I will take it. So anyway, and then we walked outside. So the Japanese tea garden is within the Golden Gate Bridge, but you have to purchase like tickets. I believe it's $10 per person. I guess it's just like a donation almost. Not too expensive. Like when you see like other places, it's like $15 just to get in. I'm like, no, thank you. Or like more than $15. So yeah. Anyway, so then we walked around the park, and then we went to go see a waterfall, which was so pretty. So yeah. And then with like a few steps away, it was like there was a Chinese pavilion that has like a little pond, which is beautiful. So then my dad took a picture of us all sitting at the table. Although there were some kids that were just obnoxiously rude. They literally stepped all over like the table, the stools, and I was just like, why? Anyway, so and then we were kind of like hungry, and yeah, so then we went to Dumpling Park. although my brother, he has a tendency of overeating things, and then we had to pay the consequence because I was not feeling good, because my uncle took us out to eat Peking duck. Like, it's like, you have duck, and then you also have, like, it's either a bao or a wrapper. So I usually, like, before I had the bao version of it, like lotus buns, and then, but this time it's like literally like a thin crepe, as like what do you call it? Wrapper. Oh my goodness. So yeah. Then I actually, before that, I went to Irvine Street. So my uncle told us to wait here, like wait for him there, because it's closer for him to just come up, from my aunt's place, dropping her off at work. And then I did some shopping. I bought a puzzle, 1,000-piece puzzle, of San Francisco's, like, skyline, or like the bridge. So I'm very happy. Although I don't know where I'm gonna put that. So we shall see. Anyway. So then, now on to Saturday. I marked down that we had a. Oh my goodness, is that a piece of ham? Oh, sorry. So for Saturday, we marked down that we slept in because we were kind of exhausted from go, like 3 days in a row. Then we kind of slept in. My uncle came to pick us up. But before that, we actually, our hotel was literally by a, like, walkway around the shore, which was kind of nice. So I would never use a beach sticker from, like, regardless, because I'm not a fan of beaches. I do not like sand on my feet. Like, ugh, it just irks me. Anyway, so, it was like a walkway path, so I ended up just using that, what do you call it? Flat lay? No, flat lay. Scene, I guess, to mark down that we walked the shore. Then it was like a 30-minute walk, from our hotel to a Starbucks, and it was right where the shore, like the pathway to the shore, or like the shore pathway. It's literally called the shore walkway or something like that. So yeah, we went to Starbucks. Then we ate at the sandwich spot. I didn't want to eat anything like too much because I knew my uncle wanted to take us out for lunch. So yeah. Anyway, so then my uncle took us out to eat pho. This is like a different version of pho, or like not pho. So yeah, pretty much we had it at Turtle Tower, although there was no turtles there. I don't think so. Anyway, it was quite different, but honestly, I prefer the ones here, or like the traditional pho, if that makes sense. And then we went to Coit Tower. We literally took a picture, like, in every direction of every window, so there's, like, multiple directions, and then, yeah, it was kind of funny. And also the person who was, like, watching the people, making sure they don't do anything stupid, but although the windows are literally, they're sealed with, like I think it's tempered glass, but yeah, pretty much, she took a picture of all of us, my entire family, and then my dad, was taking a picture of, or doing a panoramic, and I was, like, peeking out of different columns, if that makes sense. So yeah. Anyway, so then we went to the Painted Ladies, and my uncle actually got lost for a bit because there were 3 parks that literally looked like the same, like, literally the same design. So my uncle drove through 2 parks, and it was like, he went through a circle around the park already. He's like, I don't see it here. And it was like, because it's not here, uncle. So anyway, so we finally went to the Painted Ladies, and around that Painted Ladies, it was Japantown. So yeah, that's, like, completely different than what I was expecting. So yeah, it was, like, a lot of Japanese, like, literally, it is called Japantown for a reason. So yeah, and then, after that, my uncle picked us up, and we had a family dinner, I think, with my uncle, both my uncles, and my aunt. Yeah, she joined as well. And then Sunday was the day of the wedding, so I marked it down that it was my cousin's wedding, which is Patrick. So yeah, now I have a new cousin-in-law, Allison. So I marked it down at the top, and I was not expecting to be part of, like, the wedding party, if that makes sense. My uncle was just like, oh, you guys have to get ready, you know, and you have to get ready in the morning, and then we'll be out and doing all these things, and you gotta be part of it. But in a way, it kind of makes sense why we are part of it, but I was not expecting to be part of the picture taking, if that makes sense. So yeah. Anyway, so then, and compared to my other cousin's wedding, it wasn't, like, as strict. Like, although we had to get back onto the bus in, like, at a certain time, my uncle rented a coach bus, and it was kind of funny. So, yeah. Anyway, so, I guess I'll backtrack a little. So, I got ready, like, I woke up, like, on and off. Like, for some reason, I wake up at 4, which is technically 7 in New York. I was like, yeah, around that time, just to use the bathroom, because, I don't know. And then, I go back to sleep, wake up at 7 in San Francisco time, or, like, Pacific time, which is 10 here, and I'm like, I don't really feel, like, awake, but I feel tired. But then I got ready, regardless. And then, so pretty much I got ready. I curled my hair. Then I put, like, my bangs are pretty long, and I don't like how it curls. So I may need to get those cut. And it's just very tedious. And sometimes I'm very lazy to cut my own bangs, even though it's very simple to cut your own bangs. Anyway, so, I just, like, pulled them to, like, little, tiny pigtails. Not really, like, not in my entire head, if that makes sense. Like, just, like, pretty much to clip my hair back, or my bangs back. It was kind of cute, because it, like, I had, like, a little bit of volume at the top, where it just, like, looks like it just flows within the curls, and it's just like, whoa, that is a look. Anyway, so, then, my aunt and uncle picked us up, or, like, both my other uncle stayed in the same hotel as us, so it's easier for him, or, like, my uncle to, like, go to places instead of going to 2 places, to pick us up. So, yeah. And then, my uncle bought egg tarts, and, like, sausage buns, and he said that we were gonna, like, get ready and leave at, like, 10:15, but nope, it turned out to be 11, I think. So yeah, or 11:30, I think. I don't remember. Anyway, so we pretty much ate at, my cousin's hotel room, and then we went up to the bride's room, and, so for, like, Asian, like, tradition, or Chinese tradition, I should say. I don't know if it's, like, for every Chinese culture, but, pretty much my parents did it, and everyone else that I know, my, like, elders, I would say, like, my aunts, uncles, they had the tea ceremony, if that makes sense. So, pretty much, the tea ceremony, you have, like, someone pouring the tea, then this person hands the teacup to the bride and the groom, and they hand it to the respective, elders, if that makes sense. Like, not older people, but, like, in respect, like, to their aunts, uncles, mom, dad. I should have said mom, dad first, and then, aunts, uncles. So, I was apparently, because it has to be a girl, it can't be my brother, although my brother was like, I want to do it. He's like, you can't do it. It's not that. You can't, because there's no, so it's called Dai Kam Je, but I'm not a Je, so, my dad said I'm a boy, so, like, a little girl, not a little girl, but a young girl, so, yeah, he changed it up, and I was tea pourer, and I was not expecting to be part of the tea ceremony. I thought I was just sitting there, just watching them do it, but no, I was part of it. Like, I was not expecting that. Anyway, so, it was kind of funny. So, I marked down that it was the tea ceremony, and I also marked down that I'm the tea pourer, and then it was time, like, we ate a little bit before we left, to get pictures taken, so then we marked down that, or, like, we got into the bus at 1, because my uncle said, get into the bus at 1, okay, guys, and then the bride, it took her an hour, a little more than an hour to get onto the bus. Like, I wouldn't blame her, because she had to put on a dress, but, yeah, we had, like, a time crunch, and my uncle was not having it, so, it was kind of funny, so, yeah, we waited an hour, and then we took the bus to the Palace of Fine Arts Theater, if that makes sense, right? Yeah. I feel like I've spelled that wrong, but anyway, it was really pretty, like, it's, like, majestic, if that makes sense. So, the photographer who is hilarious. Took pictures of everyone, like not individually, but with the bride and groom, or like family photos. Like I was not expecting to be like part of that, if that makes sense. This is something new that I've never experienced. So yeah. And also I did add a extender for oh, and I completely forgot that I added extender for Wednesday, when I was talking about Wednesday. But I did add an extender for Sunday because I had a lot of things to mark. My goodness. Like I didn't realize that I had so many things to mark that I didn't need the double full box, if that makes sense. So yeah. Anyway, so we went to the Palace of Fine Arts to take pictures. It kind of goes out of order, so then like outside of flat, I marked down that it was a ceremony. Then I signed the guest book. It's just kind of like out of order. So then I marked down. I don't know why I laughed like that. I'm sorry. So then I marked down that they said I do. Put down a piece of washi just because I didn't have anything else to mark there, and it just looked silly. And then I marked down that it was dinner time to dance. And my goodness, the in-laws are just hilarious. I was dancing with my mom and dad. Like we were just jumping up and down because there was a beat to the music. Usually I'm not a dancer. Like I would stay seated on like in weddings. So this time I just decided to just jump around with my parents and take pictures of them because that's what a child does, you know? You have to take pictures of your parents dancing together. And the music is completely different from my other cousin's wedding. So, yeah, it's kind of funny. Anyway, so then I, going back to the dancing part, but the dancing part, the in-laws literally came in and took my hand, and just started jumping with us. I was like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And then the circle grew bigger and bigger. My goodness, I was just dying laughing, thinking about it. But then I was like, I'm done. I'm out of breath. So then, I just got out of the circle, and then my parents were still dancing. Anyway, so then we ate some cake, and that was pretty much the week in full, which was quite eventful. So the following week isn't as eventful because, yeah, it was just chilling because we did so much and we already saw what we wanted to see, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this spread and this little long video, but I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!